Welcome everybody. Today I'm planned something new for us. I'm going to casting a bar game Beyond All Reason, which is a RTS strategy game. It's a well and upcoming game with a steadily increasing player base. It's an actual spiritual successor, in my opinion, for Planetary Annihilation and Supreme Commander. Here we are in the game. It's currently on an 8v8 setting in a fairly well-known map of all that glitters. It's kind of overplayed map, but this is very common to see the players battle it out against each other, and as you can see from the changelogs, it's very much updated. So here we are in the game as both teams took their respective start. It's a very high rated game currently, as its minimum rating to play is 18, and I think the starting new creating character starts from 10, 12, around that. Few players are kinda dissatisfied excuse me, with the game's balance in terms of players, but the vote doesn't go through. The bottom players are already planning ahead, pushing up deck 2 on the front line to get their units there quickly. So let the game start. Let's see how it goes. As we have 3 respective front line, 2 cannons and 1 large middle part. Let's see how it will play it out. As this is happening live as I cast it. Well, hopefully try to cast it for you. The players are building up their mass extractors, wind turbines and solar to produce energy. As we have Danta going for air. You can see. I wonder how he did this, because writing is not really in the game. You can write, well, draw a line on the map and actually write it on, but not write in the sense as on the keyboard as we have seen. This is something new for me. As now scout units are coming in from helicopter, yellow player from the top side, and the scout plane coming out from Danta air units on the bottom. He invested a bit more in the early scouting than the rest of the players. It gets scouted. Gets pretty quickly spotted. This kind of push will probably not achieve much in the early game. Maybe this is a potential lost case in terms of expansion, and I think he is definitely going to find that if he follows on that point forward, and he should be spotting it now. Okay, but he's going for the air player. There's already a light laser turret there, which is a very basic defensive structure, but it's more than enough to ward off this. scout run bys, as this place is completely undefended and it could cause a chain reaction, but it gets thwarted out very quickly. As the other scout from the yellow players somewhere picked up, we can see some more units streaming in, trying to cause some early economic damage. Just to delay their opponent at here. This could be a good... Yeah, that's one max down. That's a exploiter. That's a good thinking from Jug. Just looking down the whole area. This run by gets shut down but getting chased around by a ton of units. As he will probably find some more economic damage, but he's not going for it, trying to get around to cause steal some more. And they won't stop it, and it got picked up. Both cannons are now beginning to be sealed off by the respective players around here. Usually in these two line sides the trench warfare is prominent, but this is a big run by over here. It could actually cause some damage, but gets run into with some basic units trying to pick up the constructor, which is able to. That's a good pickup over there. There's some run by still happening, trying to spot some more units streaming in, taking them out slowly but surely. The constructor going after again. This is a very good run by, definitely putting a hold on 2 weeks eco and the expansion as more units stream to within these gaps. There are no radar coverage to give them an early warning that this is happening. Is very picking it up from backlines over here. Just basic scout units. Very well done. Just to be a pain in the ass, and now he's currently stealing it off that entrance. A Jag is already on that duty. He's just there to make sure nothing gets by. So another round by takes up another mass extractor, probably two. Yeah, two. Well played from both sides currently, but bottom side is taking a bit of a lead. Just because of that economic damage over there, and also denying this more lucrative max extractor, because you can see it is 1.8, it's 3.2, almost double the value. He is managed to capture his high value max and denied its opponents. GT are trying to be bit cheeky over there, coming in degunning some turrets, but the Janissaries now going to quickly ward down that commander over there. In this game, commander going down is not the end of the game for the player, but definitely a setback, because that's a 1.2k metal that's going to go down as it leaves behind a wreck. But moving in front with these rocket bots, it is a bit questionable, but as he is getting shelled from vehicles, it leaves him with not much of a choice but to pull a bit back and get his own tanks onto front line. He's got one dragon too, just trying to make the enemy think that he's got actual lightning claws up here, which is going up now. We have fairly strong defenses against D1 and even nasty against D2 units. This stage of the game it's definitely enough to make an opponent think through its approach. This bot force is going to go down fairly quickly against the tanks, even more so as it gets pressure for through 2-3 players. That's nasty, but look at that, it's coming up and it's definitely shooting down the enemy units, but it's gonna go down fairly quickly from the shelling and artillery prowess that helicopter is putting up, leaving for somehow no other choice but to fall back. Osama receives a Tech 2 constructor just to beef up its core a bit, helping out its front line. The Avenger taking a backline role, but he is not that good put there. It was, I don't know who it was. Nobody currently has it. This is bot love in production. Probably it was Blues. I'm not sure. As the commander goes down, as the right side cannon is now wide open to a very large tank force to roll in and get some nasty damage done. Avenger needs to move up its column to try to de-gun that force because it's going to wreak havoc. As now it is looking to swam Jag. Let's see how this flanking maneuver pays out. As the Jag's force responds, we can see on the clicks that he is currently looking at this area. I don't see this getting much done, but this is an entirely different cup of tea. This can do some nasty economic damage over here that could be devastating for these two players. As here, oh, look at this cheeky early nuke coming up at 10 minutes. That's a very ambitious project. Hopefully it pays out because this could be a game changer. It already gets spotted by the opponent team somehow, and they are immediately beginning to put up an anti-nuke all around 1, 2, 3 going up in anticipation for it. That nuke is not going to achieve much. It is around 2 minutes to finish, and that's 5. That's half a minute, that's probably gonna get loaded. And that's 4, maybe. That nuke, maybe. How is he, Nico? Why spending most of his metal on that one? I feel like expanding power production now. It's a bit of a mistake. A few more basic energy converters just to put more into that nuke. It's gonna get done relatively quickly. As we see, that opponent is not really going to have much after this one, but this one is covering 3, 4, 5 bases, 6 even. That's a well placed anti-nuke, as they can only nuke the canyon currently. Hopefully it will get loaded. It's well halfway, but yeah, that's gonna get done. Definitely gonna get done. They are not gonna achieve much with that nuke, except if they're firing at the cannon, but usually the target is an echo player or maybe the air, but this nuke is well placed as it covers 6 players out of 8. Good job there. That was a bit of prodding attacks coming in from red, just trying to see what he can achieve with a few Tech 2 artillery pots. But here is a rattlesnake coming up a long range plasma batteries. It has a 13.8 range, 13.800 range. It well outranges everything that the enemies can throw at him. This is a bit of an equal side. It's fairly equal in terms of metal and energy, as the teams are seemingly well balanced out. Nobody is really pulling ahead with a massive vehicle currently. We're seeing fighter screens coming up in preparation for some bombing runs. Here's a few scouts mixed in. This is good, just give that extra bit of vision if any side gets pushed back. You can see that artillery is starting to make some work over here. A big scouting wave coming up, just to see what may be worth targeting with the nuke, I assume. Yep, it's almost loaded, but the anti-nuke is already got two in the bank, so that's not gonna happen. And this also be a top one, so they are safe on nukes. And also have a mobile anti-nuke moved up somewhere around here. It is with 2 stockpiles. It's moving ahead, covering the front. Very good. Here's a here's another anti-nuke coming up, but here's a big scout run by that's gonna get quickly shut down by the Jaguars. This anti-swarming vehicle, Tech 2 vehicle. As you have seen how much of these units just died so quickly, but I feel like that attack is just a bit of a throwaway there. That nuke gets shut down. As expected, but the other team is not really invested in anti-nukes. There's one same play from the opponent's team side could be very well devastating. Just coming in here and all these windmills will chain react with each other as they explode, and all this line is going to get blown up. And this is a thing in this game. Economic buildings are weak, and they also I'm just looking at the chat as it is. They are a bit arguing about the anti-nuke, hope it gets spotted. And not the anti-nuke, but the nuke. So this Tech 2 artillery unit is going to get taken out by the majority, but there's two rattlesnakes guardians and basic towards this position is fairly well entrenched by Admiral, and some pit bulls are going to pop up here and there. The Jugo, the dragon over here is working on the boozer. That's a very strong laser defense, but there's a lot of units over here, and I feel like that's not gonna get finished. There's no some light laser turrets are going to play just to help them out. Yeah, that's done. It was a very ambitious, maybe a bit behind. Another nuke gets shut down as the anti-nuke covers this whole area of engagement that's happening right now. Yeah, that launcher was a bad investment. Now there's a Jaguar ram bike coming through from the terminal. The Admiral. There's some trading going on, asking for some T2s from the players around, and maybe we can spot some tech free. Maybe. No, but advanced fabrications, advanced fusion reactors coming out, so players are definitely gearing up to that high-end economic games over here. Yeah, everybody's working on it. I believe I've already done that, got it, but there is no tech 3 incoming yet, but oh boy, what is, oh, advanced. It's no pings coming up as Admiral just spamming up some static defenses, turret creeping ahead slowly but surely, making sure that he has a definite impact on the game. Over here, he is definitely bracing itself for a long run by some static emplacements. The artillery is making work on its buildings and units, and he had to pull back. There is not much anti-air. No, some mobile flags are coming out. Oh, this is why the ping is going on. There's a bombing ground over here and targeted against the commander. Taking it out, and the absolute spawn is going down. Warning the Admiral is low units, and the bombing run still going on, targeting the enemy air barriers. Its facilities is get taken down. Yeah, they didn't build respective static defense of just one or two, and maybe this all can be defended against, but this is a big bombing run, definitely going to put them on the back foot for a while. They can drop? No, they will not be able to drop. This definitely did a lot of damage. This is well executed from space. Well executed one, and he is planning to go on for another merry-go-round. Another 10 bombers. There's a top team sensing some blood in the water, started to push down on the canyons on the right side, threatening Purple and Avenger over here. They could have done that a lot earlier, a lot sooner, but no, they are finally having the confidence with the ticks spawning, not spawning, swarming in. Basic scout bots just providing direct line of sight to the artillery so they can do their job and pick apart the targets from a distance. The tense warfare is definitely established itself over here. Here's a static emplacement on the square and mirror as of Admiral, but this is going to get taken off. These two base will fall if there is no other response. They are some salamanders coming in. But this was a self-destruct order. Why he did that? To prevent leaving wrecks behind. Because wrecks can be resurrected, as here they are. No, this is Tech 2s, these are not grave robbers, it's Tech 1 resurrection units. No, there are currently, I can't spot it, but there are Tech 1 resurrection bots that they can repair the unit's wreck, rendering it back operational again. There's no blue. It's gonna definitely picked up the pace, just produced a line of flag and spread it out around the map, just providing their team with much needed air cover. But another commander goes down. It's not that inconsequential, but definitely not a game ender too. But this Tech 2 going down is a bit, and he's beginning to eat it back, meaning that he doesn't plan on resurrecting it, but place it a bit further behind. Maybe that was a choice he made, or maybe a mistake and he realized he needs it. I don't know. So each side of the canyon is getting sealed back up by a lot of response from the bottom team, but the damage is done, as this is what I am talking about. Lazarus static res units that they can resurrect buildings and units, and it's already 90% done, and boop, it's back a big operational. It needs repairs, but it starts out with 5% of its original health. It can be recovered to be fully operational and healthy again. As now I feel like another push is brewing from the top team, and now some Tech 3 is making its way down there as of Scarf to build up its eco and begin to push down some experimentals alongside with Ozzy. Well done from them. Here's blue player squad is focusing on it, and there is no experimental from the other side yet. This could prove a very strong push with these units coming in and raining hellfire on them, as they are woefully under attack for that. And there's already combat engineers ready and waiting to just resurrect or reclaim the wrecks that's gonna be left behind by this push. Here comes the counter-attack from it, but this is not really gonna achieve much, as these vanguards are all-terrain vehicles, meaning they can climb up to this cliff, and the bottom units can definitely do nothing against them, and they can rain hell over this area. But here is some flying fortress. That's a very strong air unit, definitely capable of putting out a lot of punishment. Those flamethrowers and cannons, and the air response is coming in. There's no air screen cover, and one goes down, two goes down. No, only one goes down, but that's more than enough to remain alive, to just take out these three Tech 3 units over here on the cliff that they managed to get up, as now they are completely vulnerable The best case scenario should be just to self-detonate these units to prevent lag, because there is no recovery from that. Another tech-free bunch is coming out, looking to just oust the admiral from its entrench position. But there are no 4 vanguards or artillery coming out, followed by a 5th. These units are not cheap. It's 3,000 metal and 71,000 energy each, so he definitely saved up for that. So Razor battle mech coming up. It's high DPS unit. This is tearing to this place. This will definitely fall if there is no further reinforcements coming in. Yeah, this is gone. No, the Admiral team is voting for resign and food had failed. As they are calling out, this is lost game. Yeah, they lost a player here. They lost the front and no map control is firmly in top teams. And they definitely did a large economic damage over there. And now another resign coming in, as they feel like this game is over and done. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be so sure about that, but it's about them. I'm not the player currently, I'm just watching this going down here for them, unfortunately. The top players economically is definitely pulling ahead in a serious manner. It's about almost 50% more. And they are in a rough spot, and I feel like they will not be able to come back. Oh, as long range plasma cannons coming up just to share this area even further. Yeah, there is no saving from this, unfortunately. Yes, they just realized there's a ton of static flak over here just covering this area. That was the last array of bombers just going down, and unfortunately they will meet the same fate on the other side just by their mobile variant. Yeah, building that nuke was a mistake from the start. From Jag, who will cover this. That was mistake. Yeah. He definitely wanted to make it play, but other team is on top on their scouting game, as they have spotted the nuke silo and was able to prepare in time for it, and no Thors are coming out. In fact, there are several mortars out there on the front just waiting to be given the order to roll around. But they don't have much support. But if they join forces with this push and go together, they can definitely deal out some heavy damage. So why there's armored transports over here? Just because the EMP that they dish out, but immediate air coverage coming in. Yeah, this is a paralyzer laser that they are firing up. Oh, if these Thors, this force would be just kind enough to give in the order and push out this area, it will be devastating force, and they will definitely come round down here. And seal the deal on this game. There's no need to drag this out any further, but they don't know what we know, so it's their call. But they are definitely in the lead, both economically and in terms of map control and overall entrenchment and preparedness. There is no nuke is going to harm them. Same with the other team, but there is a spot that we can take out Science Base, but they do not invest in nuke or nukes so far as I can see, which is, I feel like, a good call, because building a nuke is an expensive endeavor over here in bar. I think it's about 8-9k metal. Just trying to look for a Tech 2 engineering bot. Oh, here one. The 7.7 thousand metal. Yeah, that 7,000 metal can be done in the front, and here comes the Tor push. There's some heavy bombers over here trying to do damage on them, but they do damage on them in fact, but there is two commanders over here de-gunning this force, and they go down. Well played from them. They lose a commander in the process, but this is on friendly territory, so they can resurrect it. Taking out that Thor attack force was much bigger deal for them. Just buying enough time to trying to equalize this, but I feel like it's not going to happen. There's a heavy scout unit swarm is just coming in, just trying to soak up as much damage as they can. It's one shot each, it doesn't sound much, but if they are not shooting at your actual tanks, that's good. And here's some atomic bombers over here coming in, missing the shots in large majority and going down. And here is an actual game and calamity. Rapid firing long range plasma cannon. It's extremely expensive to build one, but this is a game ending endeavor over here. Hopefully I can catch one Tech 2 engineer and just show you just how expensive this thing here. It is a 61,000 metal and 700,000 energy. This thing is really expensive, and as you can see there are two players working on it, and it's barely blowing up. Now there's a large boat force coming in. Majority of them are scouts, but they are enough to inflict damage over here. The atomic bombers are saving the day now. That's well done, because if that force gets through, they can go around and inflict some heavy damage. And now there are serious spam units coming in from both sides. As my FPS just knocks out, because this game may not seem that visually appealing for most gamers out there currently, but it can take a toll on your GPU. I have a 3060 Ti, and it definitely chokes on these bigger ones, because you have seen that it's dropping down to 8.5 over there. Now this is a minute and a half to finish, with two players total combined eco over there, and with a ton of build power, build capacity. I feel like they throw everything they can, but Avenger doesn't seem like he is, but Danko definitely. It's a minute to finish up, and once it's finished up, this base is gone, and probably this red base too, as they may be able to reach the outer edges. These two, I'm not sure about this range, but I think they are. Let's look at this tentacle player view. Just how far it can reach this line is, so they are definitely able to hit 3 bases over here. Another mass of tier 3 forces coming in, but there are the resurrected doors over here and some of their actual beard doors. And now there are some heavy rocket bots and catapults blinking away this entrenchment. Yeah, and they are focusing on this side, trying to make a breakthrough over here before it's finished, but it's already finished. Tough luck. The only problem is firing this 12,000 energy per shot and using the shields just to bounce behind, reach deeper into enemy territory. Oh, I don't understand why they changed target, but no, it is shooting at this tech free push. It very quickly get stopped by it. Using that Ragnarok defensively, maybe not the most effective in the canyon, but I don't know what it's a good idea to shoot at it, because now there's a large door push coming in. The 6 doors going on downward here. There are a lot of repair bots, and other than that, 2 commanders in place just to defend against it with the same D gun. No, they're actually targeting the bases, and you can see that how many shields are quickly getting put up, built up just to hold it. But guess what? This shield's only deflexes its beckons to bounce around looking for a spot to land or explode midair. Now this constant bombardment is definite miss, because there's 1 shield, 2 shields blinks out and your base is just gone. There's a large push coming down on the canyon. That was the goal. And even another one over here, but there's a ton of tools trying to thwart it out and prompts retreat, but it's not going to happen in this side, as now the buildings are getting destroyed. Now they call it out spot where it is coming from, but guess what? There are already some cannons up, shields up, trying to defend it. As now this is not going to achieve much, but to just put a constant reminder on them that they... Oh, that was a commander just going down, and there's insane spam is just happening from both sides. One is warning from incoming forces, one is warning that there is indeed a Ragnarok in play. But they know it. I mean, this kind of firepower artillery is just not gonna happen without anything else over here. And now the reinforcement is slowly trickling in, but this is too little too late. So now it begins as the bases are starting to explode, and seemingly top player took back the initiative, as they had already managed to kill 2 players and now a 3rd one. They turned it around. They have a much larger force on standby on defense that they probably initially thought they had, and just combining those forces and one unified push, and look at the breakthroughs happening. I mean, this can now get warded out, it doesn't matter, the shields, the crack in the shields already appeared, another Aphos goes down and took a lot of build power with it, and it's a chain explosion. Now this calamity very quickly turned into a possible game ender weapon into a liability, because feeding this thing with power to keep shooting is just, you can see it. That's a lot of power it needs. Why they are able to sustain it, it's not achieving much. As they are rightfully calling it out, they have lost. Yeah, half the team is dead. And there is another large bush building up behind those gates. There is some bomber force too? No, there are no bomber force, but enemy team is building their own Ragnarok, and there is indeed cheat coverage, but not that tight. As they fire at the enemy, because that's what I looked at, there are paralyzer EMP missiles just to take down the shields, and now it's completely vulnerable. Very well played. Good play from both sides. Good play from both sides. It was a close match, I feel like. No, we are just waiting for them to resign, because bottom team is not coming back, that they can put up a valiant defense, and they indeed do, but no, the enemy Ragnarok is coming into play as it begins to share their base, and another base just evaporates from the chain explosion. And there's another one as it gets through the shield. And here comes the resign. Well done from both sides, as they have dragged this out fairly. Usually a match on these maps drags on a bit longer, as they have well defined front lines and they can just turtle up and get tunnel vision of what to do. But these guys are not that guys, they knew what to do, how to react, and when to react. Very well played, and thank you for your attention. This was Bar, once again beyond all reason. RTS game that's very upcoming in my opinion. There's a lot of players are actually enjoying, and the devs are really doing a stellar job as well. See you again next time. More to loud.